So, my friends, I have some sensational news for you. The main bunker rat has finally been found. Vladimir Putin has been found. Finally, there is an official statement in Russia made in his name. Now everyone can finally breathe a sigh of relief. No one has actually abducted him. Trump is not to blame for anything. There you go. Although in reality, Putin's statement that was made today, just a couple of hours ago, actually raises a lot of doubts. It concerns the fact that he personally gave instructions to the Prime Minister to address and resolve the issue of water supply in the so-called DNR. There really are severe water shortages there. The canal has been completely destroyed, and the reservoirs have dried up. This problem has been around since autumn. They tried to address the issues in Donetsk, at least in Makivka, using water tanks. Now the water tanks are freezing and there's no water in them. In general, this problem is constant there. And suddenly Putin's statement that the issue needs to be resolved reminds me a bit of a prepared talking point, about nothing. Because, well, formally his video wasn't shown. It was just a news item on specialized official Russian websites that Putin gave such an instruction to the Prime Minister. So in fact, whether he actually showed up or not is a big question. Because if he had really shown up today, whether he sobered up, came out of a coma, or poked his nose out of the bunker for a second, he would have first commented probably on the plans to launch a new special military operation, which Russian propaganda is promising in Armenia and Central Asia. I have a detailed piece about their plans for the new special military operation, and the threats in my Telegram channel, Sazonov Official. If you're interested, check it out, or on Facebook at Kirill Pravdarub. I posted it this morning. Yes, they are threatening to launch a new special military operation without having finished the old one, the so-called 3-day operation in Ukraine. That's a separate point of interest. And here, Putin is not commenting on relations with Armenia, even though the ambassador was summoned to the foreign ministry and handed a note of protest. That's not what they're commenting on, not the situation with the US, not the shelling of Ukraine, but the water supply in the DPR. In other words, it's a news story that's been going on for half a year. Perhaps Putin's appearance like this is solely due to a desire to calm the public, while in reality, they still can't find him. Where is that rascal hiding? Could he really be so frightened by Maduro's abduction that he's afraid to even show himself? Or is the situation so lousy that he doesn't want to comment on anything, and it's been going on for quite a while now? Let me remind you that he's basically been missing for almost 10 days now, and in reality, he's been gone since New Year's. There was only one very questionable video, supposedly from some church, allegedly on January 7th, where he briefly appeared for Christmas and said something. So, in general, it's like Putin is Schrodinger's Putin, like Schrodinger's cat. It's as if he's been found, but at the same time he hasn't. Alright, this doesn't affect our daily lives. They voted for a new Minister of Defense, Mikhailo Fedorov. He spoke in the Verkhovna Rada, and again, you can find it on the Telegram channel Sazonov Official or on Facebook at Kirill Pravdarub. I'll put the links in the video description. I've posted his speech. There, he voiced real existing problems. Debts, the money the ministry is lacking, 2 million people wanted for not being registered at the military enlistment office, and 200,000 SZH. Something needs to be done about them. He pointed out the problem but didn't offer a solution. And the solutions we're coming up with on the fly, as you know, aren't really great either. We can discuss it. Maybe someone has an interesting solution. So we're pursuing our own independent path. And this attempt to highlight Putin in the information space is certainly quite an interesting development. Has he been found or not? After all, it's not like he's some simple misplaced set of keys you can just lose. Friends, subscribe to the channel, follow on Facebook and Telegram. There will be good news, and I'll do my best to keep you updated. Everything will be a strong and free Ukraine.